So before beginning this deck profile out, I want to give special shoutouts to Instant Fusion. Basically, what Instant Fusion does is that you pay 1,000 life points and then you special summon one fusion monster that's level 5 or lower from your extra deck. So yeah, you can go into Thousand Eyes Restrict or Millennium Eyes Restrict. Or if you're feeling really crazy, Mud Dragon of the Swamp. But yeah, just wanted to point this card out. But anyway, that being said, let's get started with the deck profile. I run 2 copies of Jester Convit. Convit? I don't know, I want to say Jester Convict for some reason, but yeah, just 2 copies of this card. You can special summon it from your hand, and it's a level 1 monster, so you can go into your Link Karibo or Relinquished Anima. I've seen some run 3, I like running 2 personally, but that's just me. Then I run 2 Golden Eyes Restrict. Its effect is that, like, if it's played on the field, you can, you know, look at your opponent's hand, and then this name becomes 1,000 Eyes Restrict until the end phase. And then, but its secondary effect is why I like running 2. If this card is banished or sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls and equip that to either an Eyes Restrict or a Relinquished monster on your side of the field. Yeah. The unfortunate thing is that when I tried using this card and, you know, Millennium Eyes Illusionist, for some reason I couldn't use, like, those effect monsters to give it to Relinquished Anima for some reason. I don't understand why, but yeah, this will mainly go for your Relinquished or your Eyes Restrict monsters. I run 2 Max C. 2 is the magic number for me, and it's mostly to deal with special summoned heavy decks. Then I run 3 Millennium Eyes Illusionists. Its effect is that you can discard this card and target one effect monster your opponent controls and give it to your Eyes Restrict or Relinquished. Then, and I really like to combo this with another card, if this effect is not optional, but add this card to your graveyard if you special summon an Eyes Restrict or Relinquished. So you'll always have this in your hand, basically. I really, really like this card. What I like to do is, if I happen to have, like, Black Illusion Ritual and Relinquished in my hand turn 1, as well as this, I will Black Illusion Ritual, use this as my material, and then go into my Relinquished. And then, because Relinquished is getting special summoned, this card just goes back to my hand. So I essentially lose nothing. Well, except for Black Illusion Ritual, but that's about it. Then I run 3 Sangan, mostly so that I can get everything to my hand more quickly. And I can also use this as a material for Black Illusion Ritual, so play this on my field, activate Black Illusion Ritual, use this as my material, get Relinquished. And then, you know, its effect goes off. So yeah, really, really nice card. And then I run the multi-dimensional kaiju. I run 2 of them. Basically, kaijus, they don't target. So if you're dealing with a big threat that can't be targeted on your opponent's side of the field, like, you know, or, you know, you're dealing with an annoying monster like Herald of Ultimateness, then you can tribute that monster, special summon this card, and basically go Om-Nom with Relinquished, or Eyes Restrict. And then I run this kaiju right here. Now, I know, okay, so before that, there's a reason why I'm deciding to run this specifically there's a reason why I'm deciding to run this specifically. That's, yeah. And then I run the Star Destroyer Kaiju. It's a big number, again, going Om-Nom. And besides, if I happen to special summon this first, I can special summon this to my side of the field, and all of a sudden I have a 33, and I have a 3.3k beat stick on my side of the field. 3 Relinquished, it's a Relinquished deck, so why wouldn't I run 3? Some one-offs I run include Regeki, Harpies, Monster Reborn, and 1 Day of Peace. Now, 1 Day of Peace seems really weird, but you will be surprised with how many people forget that this card is even a thing. Like, I even had a couple games where some people just didn't Ash Blossom this, even though they had Ash Blossom in their hand. I like to basically mind game people with this, because if they negate it, well, then they don't get their +1. Or if they negate it, they don't get their +1 as well. But if they don't negate it, then I don't take damage. So yeah, this is one of the reasons is to bait out Ash Blossom is why I run this basically. And also so that I can set up for the next turn, because Relinquished is a bit of a slower deck. So I need this to kind of stall a bit for a turn, but yeah, that's why I run 3. 2 Allure of Darkness, I can easily bump this up to 3, and I might, but I'm not 100% sure yet, but a bunch of dark monsters, run this because I run a bunch of dark monsters. 2 Preparation of Rites, add Relinquish to my hand, and then if I have the spell card in its graveyard, like a Black Illusion Ritual in the graveyard, then I can just add it to my hand as well. So, yeah. 2 Interrupted Kaiju Slumbers, destroy basically all the annoying threats on my opponent's side of the field, and then summon Star Destroyer and to my side of the field, and multi-dimensional to their side of the field. 2 Pre-Preparation of Rites, add a ritual spell to my hand, and then add a Relinquished from my graveyard to my hand, or my deck, depending on what I need. 3 Black Illusion Rituals, Relinquished deck. This is to summon Relinquished. 2 Hand Destructions. This is mostly just so that, like let's say I have a pre-preparation or a preparation in my hand. This is so that I can get rid of my Relinquished or get rid of my Black Illusion Ritual because they're cluttering my hand. And then if I happen to have like a pre-preparation or a preparation, then that's basically I go +2 while my opponent is forced to get rid of their hand. 2 Super Polymerizations. Use this for Verte Anaconda and also for Starving Venom, but I'll get to that. And yeah, this is... well, I'll get more into that in my extra deck. And then finally, to round out the main deck, we have 3 Relinquished Fusions. Relinquished deck, why wouldn't you run this? Basically what its effect is that I fusion summon 1 Eyes Restrict fusion monster from my extra deck by banishing materials from my hand, field, or graveyard. Our graveyard. And then during my main phase, banish this card to target 1 effect monster my opponent controls and equip it to an Eyes Restrict or Relinquished monster. Or Relinquished I control. Again, Millennium Eyes Illusionist, Golden Eyes Idol, and Relinquished Fusion don't go off of Relinquished Anima, which is very, very unfortunate, but what can you do? And then for my extra deck, I run 1,000 Eyes Restrict. I only really run 1 because I can't really go for it all that often, and Millennium Eyes Restrict, I feel, is honestly more reliable, but yeah, I run 1. 3 Millennium Eyes Restrict. Really, really good card. Its effect is that if my opponent activates a card, I can target 1 effect monster my opponent controls or from their graveyard and equip that target to this card. And then it gains attack and defense equal to that equipped monster. Now, here's the really fun part about this. its second effect. Monsters with that equipped monster's name can also have their effects negated. So, so if you're facing Drytrons and they happen to like are heralds, and if they happen to get like, you know, the herald in their graveyard or that are their main boss Drytron monster, target it in, you know, they have a second copy in their graveyard, target the copy in their graveyard, equip it to Relinquished or Millenniumize Restrict, that card's effect is negated. They can't do anything with it. It is really, really dirty. Then I run one Mud Dragon up the swamp. Mostly to deal with Blue Eyes decks. Or, you know, because of this being a light monster, I can go in, I can summon it to my opponent's side of the field and go into a light monster. Really, really good to go for that. And then, you know, its effect is that, like, I can make it like a dark type, and monsters cannot be targeted with card effects. So yeah, it's pretty good for that as well. I run 3 Starving Venom Fusion Dragons. I'm honestly probably just gonna bring this down to 2 because I can only go for the 2. But this is why I run multi-dimensional kaiju. It's a dark type. Most of my monsters are dark types. So let's say I summon like Jester, and then my opponent tries to like destroy it or something, or just, you know, targets it, or tries to negate its effect. Well, Super Poly makes it so that neither player can activate effects in response to this card. So if they control a dark type, well, like, you know, multi-dimensional kaiju here, it being a dark type, and like I summon like Golden Eyes Idol or Sangan, Super Poly, go into Striving Venom, or go into Starving Venom. I basically, or in some odd cases, I basically wipe their field. Meanwhile, I have Starving Venom out. Really, really dirty card. I love this so much. But anyway, yeah. Continuing the deck profile, we have 1 Link Karibo. There's a lot of level 1 monsters, so yeah, why wouldn't I run this? Its effect, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, tribute this card, make that monster's effect 0. Then I can special summon this by tributing 1 level 1 monster on my side of the field. So yeah, pretty good card. 1 Relinquished Anima, I'm actually going to be bumping this up to 2. Whenever I can. But 1 level 1 monster, all my monsters are level 1, so target 1 face-up card this card points to, and then equip that face-up monster to this card. So with multi-dimensional kaiju being a good example, or, you know, my kaijus, I can basically use my kaijus to tribute their problematic monster, summon it to like the extra card spaces, like in front of the extra card spaces, special summon this card, take my kaiju back, go Om Nom, and then attack, and then swing. It's a dirty card. 2 Nightmare Phoenixes, mostly so that I can get rid of their back row. Yeah, that's why I run this. 1 Cross Sheep. I don't really go for this all that often, but honestly, it's a pretty nice card to have. I have Ritual monsters and Fusion monsters, so if I Fusion summon a card to a zone that this card points to, I can special summon a level 4 or lower monster from my graveyard, or if I special summon a Ritual monster, draw 2, discard 2. Yeah, I like this card. 1 Verte Anaconda. I send a Fusion or Polymerization normal or quick play spell to my graveyard. This effect becomes that spell's effect. So I can essentially just go for this. So, and you know, its effect is as well. Target one face-up monster on the field, it becomes dark. So basically, I would use this card's effect to make one monster on the field dark. Pay the 2k, send Super Poly to my graveyard, and then I'd go into Starving Venom. Now the only problem with this is that the effect where, you know, neither player can activate cards or effects would essentially be non-existent. But on the bright side, the discard one card of Super Poly would also be non-existent. So, you know, or, you know, if I happen to have Super Poly in my hand and have this on my field, then even better. And then I run one Nightmare Unicorn. Nightmare Unicorn, discard one card, then target one card on the field, shuffle it back into the deck. Again, more back rope dealing with. But yeah, that's the deck profile. Hope you enjoyed it, and I can say from first-hand experience that this is a really nasty deck to play against. I really love it. I'm not sure, like, how it is against, like, I'm not sure how this deck really does against, the more top-tier meta decks, but I think it does decent against it. I'm not sure if it's able to, beat any meta decks, or really go toe-to-toe with them, but, hey, that's really about it. See ya.